Hi everyone, Dr. Joanne here with another video. This one is 5 benefits of increasing your emotional intelligence using mindset work. So earlier this week, I did a post out on social media just explaining 5 different benefits. Like, why do we work on our emotional intelligence? And, what's the point? And what are 5 benefits? There's a lot of benefits, but I wanted to just kind of hone in on 5 of them. So I want to come out here and do a video and explain these benefits a little bit more. So again, I'm Dr. Joanne Tully. I am a mind-body doctor and a mindset coach for women. I teach women how to heal their bodies, their emotions, and heal their relationships. So it's all intertwined. And in the mindset world, specifically, we talk about shifting from our fear-based thought system to the love-based thought system. And the fear-based thought system is where we have all of this stinking thinking. So it's our limiting beliefs and these crappy stories we tell ourselves. So the common limiting beliefs: I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, I'm not good enough, everything's difficult, I don't matter, I don't feel safe. Some other ones too, but those are the big ones. And then, just belief patterns, and these thoughts and belief patterns have their own energy. And so then they create a photon storm. These thoughts create photon storms in our bodies that then have a chemical reaction. Then we get this emotional reaction. And so if we're having thoughts like, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, no one likes me, everything's difficult, then that leads us into these emotional patterns of maybe irritation, frustration, anger, resentment, fear, and patterns of anxiety, all the things that really don't feel good, but get us stuck in these patterns of fight or flight. And when you are in this chronic state of fight or flight, your body breaks down, your energy goes downhill, you don't sleep very well, and you start to have aches and pains, and then illnesses and disease processes. That's what's going on in the mindset world. So when we talk about emotional intelligence, we want to use mindset work to heal the thought and the belief patterns that are creating emotions that are not serving us. So if you think about an emotionally intelligent person, their feathers really don't get ruffled that much. They're slow to anger, they listen more, they're more aware of themselves and what's going on, and they're more confident, they think more clearly, they have clarity, they make better decisions for themselves, they set better boundaries for themselves. A lot of things. I can go on and on. So let's go over the 5 benefits a little bit more. So the first benefit of increasing your emotional intelligence using mindset work is that you decrease the effects of your emotional stress. So if you're using your emotions as the feedback loop, if you have an emotion that you don't like, if you can look at that as like, there's a lesson for me here. What was I just thinking? What was I just doing? What's my belief pattern? And kind of get under the hood a little bit. But if you think about, again, what I said earlier, emotional stress leads to chronic pain, chronic illness. It leads to things like anxiety and depression and anger and insomnia and hormone imbalances and just in burnout, all the things. So when you clean up, when you recognize and use your emotions as a feedback loop of like, there's something here for me to learn or heal, and look for the underlying thought or belief patterns that created the emotion, clean that up, and then you will have fewer episodes of pain and illness and anger and anxiety and depression. You'll have fewer and fewer episodes of those chronic emotional stress things. So that's the first benefit. The second benefit of increasing your emotional intelligence via mindset work is you will notice a decrease in relationship issues. So decrease in, when I'm talking about relationship issues, like you're having a fight with somebody, the yelling, the blaming, the guilt trips, the shaming, the ignoring, the passive aggressive stuff, the control, the judgment, all of those things that rub us the wrong way in relationships, those things all decrease when you do your work. And it's not the work of changing someone else, but do your own work. That's your only point of power. Do your own work, because in the mindset world, it's all about quantum physics. You set the tone. You set your own energy pattern so that you attract to you what you want, your true desires, as opposed to just, oh, I'm having a fight with somebody in my head. So then you attract somebody to have a fight with, literally in your outer reality. That's what you want to calm down. So when you do this work, your relationships smooth out. And I'm not saying at all, when you do mindset work, do you still have emotional stress? Do you still have quarrels or fights or, disagreements with people? Sure. But you experience a lot less of them, a lot less. And instead of, one of my clients, I loved how she said this. After just a few months of working with me, she said something to the effect of, she was working with anger and forgiveness and everything. And she said that she would be so upset and so twirled up, so angry with her husband or other people, that it would leave her in this funk for 4 months. And she got that shortened down to 4 hours. A funk for 4 hours that she could shift out of instead of 4 months. That's what we're talking about here. That's the value of doing mindset work and increasing your emotional intelligence. You just see things in a different way. You're able to heal and put them into proper perspective and just move on so it doesn't sabotage you for months and months and months. So, third benefit, increase your self-awareness. Most of us are just, when we have our emotional stress patterns hit us, we're taught to go into distraction mode. So we distract ourselves with the news, social media, Netflix, food, alcohol, other drugs, whatever. We're trying to distract ourselves so that we don't actually sit and look and think about what is creating our emotional stress. So increasing your emotional intelligence is all about increasing your self-awareness. You are so self-aware. You're in the present moment. You know your tendencies when you're under stress. You know what helps you get rebalanced the fastest because you've tried a few different things. You know what's important to you. You know who and what triggers you. So you are just on it. You see something, you experience a trigger. You're like, I got a lesson here. It's not about the other person. It's a lesson for me to heal, and I'm thankful for that lesson. It changes your whole perspective. So that's benefit number 3. Benefit number 4, this in the business world, this is what they all want, increase in creativity and productivity. And in the business world, it's more that they want you to work more or get more work out of you. But here's the deal. When you do mindset work and increase your emotional intelligence, you naturally get more connected to your gifts, your talents. Looking at my notes here, you make better decisions. Your clarity and confidence are just there. If you're experiencing emotional stress, the fear, the anger, the anxiety, the depression, all that stuff, when we are in those modes, we make terrible decisions. We don't trust our decisions. We don't trust other people. But when you do this work, you just naturally slide into your clarity, your confidence. You know how to make the best decisions for yourself. And it just, you know your strengths, you focus on what works for you and not other people, but just what works best for you. So your productivity really, really increases. And the thing that I want you to pay attention to here, it's not that you have to work longer and do more. It's that you get more done in a fraction of the time so that you free up your time to go do things that you love and that will fill your soul, like go out in nature, do things that you love that will fill up your love tank, and so that you have more energy. And then you feel more creative and more productive, but you're getting things done in a fraction of the time. So it frees up your time. And that's huge. You don't have to give that time back to your employer or whatever. You get that time. So that was number 4. The 5th benefit is just when you do mindset work to increase your emotional intelligence, you naturally feel an increase in health, happiness, and vitality, because those things are like a factory setting. They're already inside of you. You were born to naturally be healthy and happy and vibrant with a lot of energy, plenty of energy to do everything that you want to do. It's just that while we're here in ego land, we get talked out of all of those things. We get talked into doing things that are not best for us, and that depletes our energy. We get talked into saying yes to things that we should be saying no to. That depletes our energy. And so over a while, we become cranky and grumpy, and we don't like our lives. And then it starts to reflect, our bodies then go into burnout and body breakdown. So once you do mindset work and clean this stuff up, you naturally reconnect with your innate health, happiness, and vibrancy. So hopefully that made sense. And I know you're going to want to look at some more material. Feel free to look at my website, drjoannetully.com, for more information, more webinars. Look at my YouTube channel for other mindset tips or different ways to use your mind to heal different aspects of your body. Hopefully this served you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this. If this helped you, share it out if you know anybody that this might help. And I will see you in the next video.